Really, you're down 15 or 14 with 4:21 left. I mean, how significant can this win potentially be when you're facing 0-2 and things weren't going right and you walk out of here with the victory in overtime?
Well, first of all, TCU was better than us tonight for 35 minutes, and then for 10 minutes we were actually quite a bit better than them, but they played great. And they only shoot 23 threes a game and average making 8, and they make 15 on us and shot 20 the first half, so our defense was awful. And we were soft, and we didn't rebound, and not very competitive. A lot of things, pouty, body language sucked. And then for some reason, the switch flipped, and then down the stretch, a couple of good things happened. Next thing you know, crowd feels it a little bit, and guys start playing reckless abandon and play great. So it was as good a exciting win as we've had. I think the probability to win tonight was probably less than the West Virginia game even several years ago. Because that team was a 1 seed and won the league and went to the Final Four. This team is unproven, and for them to stick it out and do it the way they did it was pretty cool. So the best thing that potentially happened tonight was we became a team. That's the best thing that potentially happened. But it remains to be seen if we are. But that was pretty special.
And Darren, 32 and 32, and especially in the first half, it looked like kind of his old self, getting to the basket, being aggressive. Did you see that, and was it good to see?
Yeah, the best thing that he did tonight, he shot a pour. So the best thing he did tonight was get downhill, and he hasn't done that because he's, people can question whatever they're going to question, and everybody's can be an armchair quarterback, so to speak, in a lot of different areas. But the bottom line is you saw what his legs look like when he can get downhill, as opposed to just settling for jump shots, which that's all he's done up until tonight. So that was two good things. Hopefully we became a team, and we saw Darren play through some stuff and look healthy for, he didn't get through the game, but he got through the vast majority of it.
When Darren went out with about 2.5 minutes left, did you have in your head, if it got close late, that you could go to him, that he would be able to go in like you did at the end of regulation, or were you surprised at all?
Was I thinking if we were down 3 when he went out, I could have put him back in, yeah, but the bottom line is he started the cramping, so that was or he felt it coming on, and so that was his decision to come out, and he wouldn't have come out obviously unless he had to. But I think for 5 seconds he could suck it up, and we didn't execute it great, but didn't execute it bad, and he got the 3 free throws. But even after he made the free throws, he said, "Okay, get me out," But he's a special talent, but we don't know how to play with him yet, and he doesn't know how to play with the others yet. So there's a lot of things that we need to be until we become that, and that is tougher, harder, faster. And we weren't any of those things tonight until the very end.
Flory told us you hugged him after the game. Walk us through your perspective on his play, post-play tonight, and what changed in overtime.
I thought that our team was collectively really poor, and I don't think Flory was very good. But somehow the script flipped, and he was great in overtime. He didn't jump for balls tonight, and then in overtime he's playing both hands above everybody else's consecutive possessions that basically help win and seal the game. So we can get better. We can get better, but that was a poor effort that we got away with just because the guys were able to somehow flip the switch there at the end.
Did you think Darren's 3 from the corner was going in to win it?
No.
You had a good view of it?
No. It wasn't close, was it?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it hit rim.
No.
So you know what? I think if he could do that again, I think he would have tried to lift him and bounce it rather than try to shoot it, because there was time to do that. But yeah, we were so lucky tonight. TCU's good, and Jamie had them so ready, and and they played great. We just found lightning in a bottle there for 10 minutes.
When he came back in, did you go over there and say, do you want to play? Or did he say, Coach, I'm ready? What was the scenario?
Well, he was only in for 5 seconds, right? So he went back in for 5 seconds. So
Yeah, but he had said it since
yeah,
two.
but there was. I didn't ask him if he wanted to. He had to. So that was where that was right there. So.
Well, what did you make of the turnovers you guys were able to force on 2 key inbounds plays?
Yeah, El Marco. You know, El Marco has potential to be a really good defensive guard, and he doesn't do it consistently. But he did that. The best play that El Marco made tonight, he did that, but stepping through the trap down in the corner. You know, those are basketball plays, and he did a good job with that. I thought El Marco, if you gave a player of the game for us, I don't think there's any doubt in my mind El Marco Jackson should be the player of the game for us.
Bill, you mentioned the switch a couple of times. Do you have any idea what led to it, or do you think you could even see it on film if you go back and watch this thing? Or
but that, you know, sometimes in sports, it's not really something that you did unbelievably well to create it. It was just maybe a lucky bounce or a good fortune or whatever. But I really don't know what triggered it, because we weren't playing well. We got fortunate. They missed a big front end, and we were able to take advantage of that. But we were just, I mean, we had whatever the announced attendance was tonight. We had +1, and I think that probably had as much to do with it as anything. Is that maybe our number 1 fan for the last quarter century was looking down on us.
and then with your defensive rebounding, what
Sucked.
Yeah.
We didn't even try. I mean, they whipped us. So these things all have to be corrected. I mean, we go from being a good team defensively 3 weeks ago to a soft team. But we weren't soft at game point. So that's positive that we have the potential not to be that. But we certainly were tonight.
is it? Just a mentality then that fixes that the defensive rebounding effort?
I think it's a mentality. I also think it's habits. I think there's a lot of things that, you know, that was a beat down on the glass to not to start the game for 30 minutes, you know.
Was that as enthusiastic of a post-game locker room celebration as you guys have had this season, or is there another one that might top it?
I actually think there was one that topped it, because I think that was a celebratory locker room, but I think it was an exhausted locker room. The one that topped it was Tennessee, in large part because the guys got $300,000 for winning. So that was probably the reason why I would probably. Is that what it was, Sean? The winner of that game got 300?
What he said.
Yeah, okay. But our guys haven't got it yet. But that's what that game was played for. So I would still give that one the advantage, probably for reasons beyond my control.
Do you leave the arena thinking you witnessed a classic, or how do you leave tonight?
You know what, guys? We are going to be here past 3. I'll leave here very, very thankful, knowing that we caught a break tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.